Overlord is licensed and produced by Kodakawa Shoten, Groove and Funimation. Studios Madhouse, Networks ATX, Tokyo MX, Sun, KBS, TVA, BS11 and MBS. Based on the works by Kugan and Maruyama. Please support the official release. Hello there YouTube, Jack here with more Overlord Season 2 Episode 4. And last time the lizard man fought off the evil army of the evil bad guy Overlord dude, Ainz. Yeah, who's actually secretly our protagonist, in a sense. Actually, I addressed it a couple of times already, but we're more or less shifting focus in main characters here to the lizard people. For better or worse, again, it kind of makes us root for them. So we don't get to see that much from Ainz this time around. Or this arc around, at least. And it's an odd feeling, to say the least. So, also I have repeatedly been promised that this episode is going to be awesome. So, if my expectations ended up being too high, I will entirely blame my community. Anything else to say? I don't know. Yeah, last time kind of was just, it was nice fighting and all that, but, you know, it's not an army, it's like, I don't know, something Ainz just created in his spare time, like no big deal. Some elder lich, yeah, so what? And I still love how all these NPCs, quote unquote, feel super loyal to Ainz, even though he probably doesn't give a shit about them. Like, he cares about his subordinates, the one that were created by his former comrades. But beyond that, I don't think he has much compassion for anyone or anything. So, They have like this absolute devotion to him. And I generally like that for all of the OP characters, you know, the floor guardians, as well as the minor ones. It's just, it feels odd to be so one-sided. Okay, enough chit-chat, let's get into this. In 3, 2, 1. Aww, you're partying. You survived. Like, you actually think you won, or do you just celebrate a temporary victory? Ah, okay. So, you thought he would be weakened by the cold, but nope. Oh hey, that thing's okay too. Yay! It could be. So at least you're aware that this isn't over. Oh, you let them rest alone together. But again, I will not remember their names in time. This guy basically, you know, got Ainz's name. Ainz's name to some extent. Do you really have to sleep on top of him? Or did someone just drop you there? Actually, the opening's awesome, so let's watch it again. Also, I forgot to actually look up who the people are, or like, you know, what fraction they belong to. On another matter, do they have genitals? Like, I don't really see any. At least not in the place where you would expect them. You're just gonna like this passage, right? I already talked about the opening, so I don't really know too much to say. Oh wait, actually, Frostpain versus Cocytus, that's like not gonna end well for you, buddy. Didn't even think about that yet. So many characters we haven't even seen yet, and we are kind of like after this episode gonna be 1/3 through the season. That's odd. Wait, actually no, that's 13, right? Okay, someone we don't know yet. Something. That's a nice sound effect. Okay, I guess your name is very appropriate, huh? See, that would mean absolute devotion. I kind of love that. You shook him up with fancy sayings. Do the others not usually do this? Yes, sheep. Absolutely. Two-legged sheep, huh? Oh, okay, or that. I was actually... I thought of humans, but oh well. But, you know, Ainz doesn't really care much about humans, so there would be no reason to keep it from him. Unless, you know, he expects it to be a joke that Ainz would understand. Oh, damn! Why indeed? Probably because he didn't go out by himself. Yes, they make it suspected, I guess. Well, damn! You can't say that! But I guess perhaps to teach him a lesson? Or maybe it actually was a mistake. Well, I would think you learned something. Yes, thank you! Oh my, what would that be? I'm smiling way too much somehow. I guess, in a sense, the first defeat, huh? Even if the name of Nazarick wasn't actually connected to that battle. I mean, they were all just spawns and one Elder Lich, so who cares? Because they are good fighters, perhaps? Or potentially, you know, potential to be a good fighter. Really? I mean, what's the point to make stronger undead from them? Yeah. You stood up to him. Gotta defend your point now. Oh, do elaborate, please. That's a good idea, I'd say. Oh, damn it. I mean, I kind of don't want them to die, but at the same time, I was wondering if we would get to see like this actual massacre happening of people we just got to be comfortable with. You know, he's really stepping up his game a bit, also with his subordinates. That's significantly more difficult than to just exterminate them, isn't it? Plus, you know, epic music in the background and everything. Just has an epic feel to it. Yep. Oh, that's just cheating. Well, he somewhat said as much. Though I wonder if it really was, or if he's just actually reading too much into it. I really wonder if they read too much into it there. What? So, perhaps it was somewhat of an experiment for him. Kingcraft, you're doing a pretty good job thus far, you know. Pretending. Yeah, a bit of an upgrade from last time, huh? Yeah, basically just telling you that was nothing last time. Nope. Not even. I mean, kinda the army is to an extent, but I don't think the control battle part is. Nope, they're just marching pretty awesomely. But then again... Oh wait, really? Never mind, but freaking epic entrance. Yep. Too high tier for you. Well, your dear swamp was just frozen. Like, no big deal. Yes, I retract my previous statement. It is after all. Unless it's some sort of illusion, in which case, why? What indeed? Like, you gotta stop pulling your punches here, huh? Wasn't the goal of this little exercise to rule them by other means than fear? This is just pure intimidation what they're doing, isn't it? Build a freaking staircase for him, why not? This is just a presentation. Why would you want anyone to teach you kingship? You freaking just pair it with this music. It is glorious. He's just watching. This is just a spectating seat, isn't it? Yep. Why wouldn't he? He's awesome. So, are you perhaps gonna reconsider your whole surrender thing now? Nah, they won't, but... That's a pretty amazing display of power, right? You bring a freaking army just to make them build a staircase for you. Damn! Well, first time we get to see a bit of Demigus. Demigus, whatever. Well, now there's no going back, now that the name is attached to this battle. Yes, victory, no? Well, better not lose this time. Look at my previous statement. It's all a freaking presentation. A display of power. Just... Oh! So good! All the kudos to you! He could have just gated here. That's a verb now. You know, there's only so much that strength in number can do. Like, if you actually surround them, not like the people behind can actually attack. Aww. I didn't want this episode to be over. Yeah, that's gonna be difficult, I guess. Admittingly, it is not guaranteed since it's only cockatoos alone. It's always the tail. It's such a giveaway. I'll have to mute this again, though. Like a lot of it. Because the music... Have you now? Well, I'm just gonna accept it. I guess we kind of fast forwarded on the relationship a bit, but oh well, who cares? Like, we would need to spend a lot more episodes to make it seem believable. It's fine as it is, I'd say. I can't even say anything against that. It's not a bad idea, you know. Practically speaking, like, if she is not participating in the battle, her survival is guaranteed. More or less, like, unless sort of Ainz is gonna make an example out of executing people for no real reason, which, you know, if he wants to rule them, is not something he would do, I guess. So yeah, so long as she isn't fighting, either they win and they will be free, or they lose, they will be under his rule, but still alive. So at least you get to have an heir. So that's good. But still, that's kind of out of nowhere. So good luck getting that done in the next 4 hours, or 3.5, or however long you've left. That's worth a try at least. Now. You just cut off the dramatic sad ending music and you just put it out there. That was an amazing episode. You know, when you say it's gonna be epic and grand, I will admit I was not expecting it to be like this. I was actually expecting more fighting and not just this amazing display of power. Like, they're so beneath him. It's amazing. You just freaking high-tier magic that they don't even understand. Just freeze the swamp. You know, he doesn't want to dirty his feet, his robe. It's way too elegant for all of this. Like, epic entrance has nothing. You need a new noun for that. That's all there is to it. That was grand. What are you talking about? Did someone teach you kingship? You're doing a pretty good job on your own, Ainz. You're kind of natural at this. So, from his dialogue alone, we didn't really get how much of this failure and everything has been planned, and how much actually just kind of ad-libbed by the Floor Guardians. And I really kind of need to properly learn their names, or how to pronounce them. I'm kind of just saying and slurring it and hoping for the best with Demiurge. Demiurge is something. Demiurge. Sort of. I mean, you know, I really liked him before. He always had this sort of sleazy feel to him. So throughout Season 1 I always thought, you know, he is gonna be the one to betray him. There has to be one to betray him, right? Which is all the more reason why I love this sort of absolute loyalty we've seen so far. Betrayal is something you would just expect, and it's so dull, honestly. Okay, no, there is someone who's working for his own goals. So far, the closest thing we've had to that was the Penguin. And he was a joke. A freaking amazing joke, but still. So again, seeing all of them with their sort of great loyalty to him, and Demiurge's power here just kind of pulling a Killgrave on us. It's just... How do you even fight one of those freaking Guardians? Never mind Eins. We've seen what Shalt here is capable of when she's kind of going all out. I hope we're gonna see Cocytus now. But still, it's like... What were you thinking back in game when you created these guys? Like, you kind of wanted actually to be conquered, no? This is why you make all this. You want the players to challenge you. And so having this absolute supreme authority, this unquestionable power, and just your guardians, nobody's gonna challenge you. At least not beyond the third try or something. I mean, word spreads that you can't even get beyond, I don't know, the third floor or something at best. So, But seriously, all in all, Eins was amazing this episode. Well, whatever that thing in the bed was. How do you smell things? You don't have a nose. But, you know, the amazing leadership thing. And he's like kind of pulling it out of his non-existent ass. It's just fun to watch, no? You know, I'm just kind of Googled Demiurge's name. I'm just kind of looking through the images, and these novel illustrations are so damn amazing. Like, Eins looks terrifying. Everyone kind of does. And Cocky just kind of looks small, or smaller compared, but oh well. This is so amazing. You just gotta love it, no? I'm honestly just worried that I have to remove a lot of the audio because of the background music. Yep, that was amazing, so this will have to be all for now, so until next time, see you then. Bye.